G'day, this is Ernie, and I'm very excited to be part of the LowRange team. This episode, we're exploring the stunning Kimberley region. Now, this place takes your breath away every time. We've got a huge trip planned, which includes a stop at the World Heritage listed Bungle Bungles. I put my beloved 100 series into LowRange for the first time and realised there's a lot more of this country left to see. So kick back and join us for this extended episode of LowRange.
Gleno, this was a stupid idea. Why couldn't we just go to Halls Creek instead of taking that turn off to Wolf Creek?
What's your problem?
Mate, have you seen the movie?
No. It's a story, man.
Well, that's my problem. You'll have bloody Mick Taylor out here, hiding behind a tree somewhere, hunting us down. This is just a ridiculous spot to camp.
It's a story, Kenno.
The idea of camping at Wolf Creek I wasn't too keen on. It was Gleno's idea.
Just because you want to see a crater. Out here, we're going to end up being a head on a stick.
Mate, that's what we do. We camp.
Head on a stick, mate.
Yeah, you've lost it. Look, I don't understand what he's going on about. I haven't seen the movie. If there's something going on, we would have heard about it in the last sort of 20 years. What was that? Who's this coming in, Kenno?
Oh,
no one drives into a camp like that.
No. Oh, I've seen this too much. This is not good, Gleno. We've got to get it away from this situation.
Who is it?
We've got to go. Gleno, I told you this was going to happen.
Yeah,
Let's get out of here.
Who is that?
Come on.
Who is it?
Gleno, we got to go. It'll be bloody Mick.
You blokes dropped this.
This is just like the movie. Turns out it was only Ernie.
G'day, mate.
It's Ernie! Mate!
Oh, Gleno was petrified.
Really?
Yeah, he was scared. He thought you were going to be Mick Taylor or
Oh,
something.
no, he's asleep in the passenger seat.
He's what?
I'm joking, mate. What's happening?
How about I get your chair out of the van, Ernie?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
I'm not getting Mick one. He can stay in the car.
Mick.
Lock the doors.
Coming out of a beer, Mick.
On this trip, we're in the Kimberley region of northern WA. We started out at Wolf Creek Crater National Park. We're making a quick stop at the Billaluma community before heading back onto the highway and visiting Old Halls Creek. Next stop is Pernalulu, or the Bungle Bungles. And then we continue north to El Questro Wilderness Park. We're covering a lot of country, so let's get into it. The Wolf Creek crater has been here ever since a giant meteorite hit 300,000 years ago. The 50,000-ton space rock impacted at a speed of 15 kilometres a second, leaving the world's second biggest crater from which bits of meteorite have been collected. You try and imagine the size of the object that created it. Something about the size of a football, and caused such a widespread. It's an awesome sight. It adds also with the morning light, the morning feel about it, and yeah, it can take your breath away.
A couple of words to describe it. One being wow, the other one majestic. I'm glad this happened a long time ago, because that would rock the place, would rock this whole, look, I reckon, a couple 100 kilometres either way. Good to have you back, Ernie. Mate, we must have impressed you, hey?
Oh, impressed me that much that I made you come over to my end of the world of the island to start off.
Looking forward to seeing your backyard, mate.
It's a pretty big backyard, mate. I hope you got plenty of fuel.
I got a quarter of a tank, will that be enough?
Oh, yeah, for the first K down the road, yeah, you'd be right, no problems.
We hit the road after camping the night at Wolf Creek, and that feeling that you get when you're on the open road just came flooding back.
Oh, well, guys, I was a bit worried about that camp at Wolf Creek last night, but we survived. That movie and that crater, that just, it's not good. It brings back bad memories.
Is that why you got your light set up like a Christmas tree around the top of your car?
That's it, so I can see Mick coming from all angles.
He can see you too, mate.
Yeah, going through the old buildings there was unreal. I wouldn't do it at night time, don't get me wrong, but during the day I could get my head around it. Everyone had written stuff on the walls, had said they'd spent nights there. I doubt it. I wouldn't spend a night there. You'd have to be mad.
Slept here with Jim. He snored so loud there was nearly another murder.
Creepiest part about walking around there is the louvers on the place, because I remember from the movie when the girl was looking through the louvers.
And the girl was tied up in there, and the girl from out here tried to save her, and that's when Mick got shot. They got his rifle, but they only shot him in the shoulder, which was a bit silly.
I just felt like I was in that spot where that scene happened. I reckon it was there.
He scares himself. I wish Mick was there, just for the fun of it.
There's a lot of really good things about being on the road. But for me, it's always been the whole story about finding new places, finding the people that live in those areas, why they're there.
We weren't far from Billaluna, which is an Aboriginal community where Ernie's sister teaches at the school, and he wanted to drop in and surprise her.
My little sister is a school teacher out here. She's in class here, so let's go and surprise her.
Hello. Why are you putting big camera people here?
And this is my little sister. She's so far away from home. She loves her teaching. Hello, your mom. Hello. She's upset. This is how surprised my sisters. I haven't seen her for so long. Hello, my buds.
Hello, how are you? I'm not even funny, you know.
It's just good to see her doing what she loves. What are you blokes doing here? What's this all about? Oh, yeah. I'm going to pay for that, you know that. Yeah. Tanya, Glen and Kent.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Pleased to meet you. How are you?
My impression of the school, I thought what they were doing there was fantastic. There was one little girl that stood out the most. I think she was the youngest there. The teacher told us that she was the best attendee. She just rocks up to school on time every day. She probably rocks up to school on weekends, I don't know.
Going around the classes was a lot of fun. You know, a lot of the kids weren't there because they were away at a ceremony. Hi, kids. How are you?
Hello, Miss Veronica.
Hello, Miss Veronica. Hello, kids.
Hello, kids.
How are you?
How you going?
They don't know my real name. Some of them know that Tanya's my sister, but most of them just know me as a character out of the film Brand New Day. That's Stephen Johnson, Uncle Tadpole. I love going to Indigenous schools like that because you can break the rules. You can go in there and say hello to them rather than that rigid metropolitan aspects that you would have with you need permission, you need a clearance, la 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 la. But going to see your own mob is a lot of fun.
Once they warmed up to us, all the kids were running around playing footy, taking speckies, tackling each other. I was kicking the footy around with them. There's going to be some up-and-coming footy stars coming out of that school. I'll tell you that right now. Firsthand, those kids are great footy players.
You've got 60 kids in town, but only a good day is 40, 2/3 of that. How do you entice the other 20% or other kids to come?
Our principal, Tennille Smith, she goes out, I'll go with her and we'll go out and pick up the other kids and she'll speak to the parents and try and help them in which way that they need help.
So we try to telling kids to come early so they can have breakfast 7 o'clock.
They win prizes and some classes, once a week, a class will do a cook lunch for everybody and that's our community get together.
And they can't do it if they learn in bed.
That's right.
Is it the distraction because of modern stuff around them that distracts them?
Yeah, you've got like the PlayStation, things like that, and but we don't have mobile phones out here at the moment, so
That's a good thing.
And it's just it's up to the parents too to push their kids.
Oh, well, best of luck.
We get there.
And thank you for letting us come and have a yarn with you. And you too.
Our own people, they got memories. They show us what to do. Culture, language, they care for us. We can be smart and learning too.
I had to hold myself back. I actually had a tear in my eye when those young children were singing. It was just inspiring, and just to know that these young community children, they had a real chance.
When the kids sang their school song to us, that was a bit of pride for the kids, and it also watching the big fella how he was reacting, and it's sort of like, he's a big softy, but he's got a heart of gold, and you see that when he's around kids. You can be smart in learning too.
It was definitely an eye-opener. I've never been to a school like that. Obviously, there's something that they're doing there that is right and it's working well, and it's working well for the kids.
Kenno's just drained Halls Creek of all its water for a couple of bucks. But Kenno, you hold a couple of 100 litres because you like to have 3 showers a day. But I've got my 80 litre tank in the jack off, and I've got another 60 litres under the tray. Yeah, a little bit more than 200,000 litres.
I've told you a million times, stop exaggerating.
Yeah, sorry, 300,000 litres.
You guys, it's getting close to that time when we need to find a camp. What do you reckon?
Looks good, mate. There's some nice hills and rocky escarpments around. It looks quite picturesque.
The gums are getting thick, so there's obviously a bit of water around here somewhere.
Yeah, I've got a creek in front of us, mate. I was just wondering how the boy's going to get on with his trailer.
Yeah, he'll be right.
Really?
I love bush camping. Bush camping is getting away from people. Just being with the group you're with. No phone reception. Sit around a fire and you share stories.
So what's the go with these new 200 series things? How do you put them in four-wheel drive, or they just automatically do it themselves?
Hit your centre diff lock button, mate.
I just hit the right foot button, it seems to work.
Everyone loves their spag bowl, spaghetti bolognese. I like to throw a few extra things in. Bacon's one of the big ones. You've got to have bacon in there. Chili, definitely got to have chili.
Mate, I've got some mushies here. You can chuck those in too.
Oh yeah, whack them in. Yeah.
Basically anything. And I like to make a huge sauce and then just mix all the pasta in. Everyone gets a massive feed of spaghetti, and then there's some left over for the next day.
Hope you guys are hungry. Dinner's up.
Easy to make and easy to feed a lot of people on a big camp.
sun comes up every day, but you don't get to experience it like we did this morning. The sun came in and it hit the grass. You can see the vibrancy of it, like in the rocky escarpments and all the mountains in the background popping up over the hill, and just the colours and how everything just comes alive. It's one of those special moments.
Finally decided to get up, pack up camp, go to start the cars. Ernie, nothing.
Right, battery, Kenno. I think when he pulled up last night, mate, he left the spotting on for a bit too long.
Mate, looking at it's not going to charge it up.
We're giving it a bit of love.
Oh.
I don't think he's got a coffee machine in there, so it wouldn't have been that.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Come on, boys, keep up with me. In the song, that is.
Rollin', roll high.
Hey, Ernie, do you normally take offshoot trucks like this, mate? I noticed you rigged a bit of a city car.
I know, my poor little baby is blacktop only. A couple of dirt roads and emerges in the air, but this is very different for my little mate.
Welcome to LowRange, mate.
What are you trying to tell me, big fella?
Mate, I think we need to do a bit of a build-up on your rig, you know?
Oh, it's going to definitely need a winch bull bar on it, I reckon. Maybe a chip and a tune.
I've got a bull bar.
Yeah, I reckon we'd pull that off, mate, if we went to winch you out. Maybe snorkel.
I'm not going swimming.
What about a nice roof rack too? You could do a roof rack on there and a few awnings.
Roof rack and awnings. Crikey, I've seen your rigs.
Yeah, well, probably the number one necessity is an inverter for a coffee machine.
I'm with you there. An inverter sounds like a priority.
Sounds like he's got a radio.
Yeah, got a radio. My baby is 11 years old. It's basically just as it is, it came off the floor. I just scraped my butt coming up the other side, so I can imagine what your caravan's gonna do.
On this trip, it's been great to have Ernie along. You know, he's not a big off-roader, but I can see his eyes lighten up, and he's come across as he loves four driving our style. You hear the excitement in his voice. That's something that we've given him.
Normally my driving is basically hardtop. I'll do Brisbane to Darwin to Perth. I'll just drive. All right, guys, come up here. I want to tell you a little bit about this place.
Halls Creek.
Halls Creek, or as affectionately called Hell's Crack.
So this is the original Halls Creek because we just drove through Halls Creek.
Yeah, this is the original. Charlie Hall. It's named after Charlie Hall, as in Halls Creek. Must be that creek there, where he found this lump of gold about 1 kilo.
A kilo, that's not bad.
Yeah, in those days. And they reckon about 15,000 blokes came from all over the place. And a lot of them didn't make it here because of the terrain that they got into. For about 2 years.
15,000 people all living in that small area. Where did they all fit?
They reckon they would have taken out about 650 kilos of gold in the 2 years.
Well, that explains all the quartz that's here.
Yeah. But a lot of them, it didn't progress any further because the terrain was a bit too rough to get all the machinery in.
I went to Splendor in the Grass one year and they blew the numbers out to 15,000 and that was full on. So I can imagine 15,000 people being in that area and they wouldn't have all liked each other because they're all there for the same thing. And if the person beside you's getting what you're there for and you're not, then there's going to be tension. So there would have been so much tension in the air because they've all got gold fever.
Kimberley magistrate reckon it was the most lawless town in Australia, and it sounded like.
Yeah? There would have been robberies for gold and people climbing over each other to find the good mine site. If you got gold, you would be scared because the guy beside you, if he sees you with that gold, he's going to want it and he's going to do anything to get it off you, so.
It's hard to believe with such a huge community here, like a township.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of rubble here and there, a couple of monuments. How the story spread throughout Australia, throughout the world, but there's a massive gold rush there. It's very hard to fathom. 1942, John Charles McDonald
Yeah, there was some good stuff there. Some sad stories as well. Young kids in the graveyard, but that's all history.
Not quite 2-year-old.
Really?
Yeah.
There's sad stories wherever you go. But as a whole, I'd definitely go there for a look and recommend it. There's some good history there.
All right, blokes, frog and tide.
Are you ready to go, are you?
Yep.
Oh, look, here's your new van, Ernie.
What?
Got the drawbar on here. Bring her around, hook her on.
Got the roof rack you wanted. You won't have to put it on your car either.
Firewood on there.
Are
and
you crazy?
You can sleep in the back.
Spare engine. It's got a winch and bull bar.
I'll have the... No, wait. Hey, boys, I just thought I'd take a little detour here on the dirt for a second. You okay with that?
Where are we off to?
I'm going in a place here called Poonalulu.
Poonalulu? I thought we were heading to the Bungle Bungles.
Well, we'll go to the Bungle Bungles after we go to Poonalulu. Is that all right with you?
What's Poonalulu famous for?
Well, Poonalulu is very famous for a rock formation out this way. It's very captivating.
It's going to be my first time at the Bungle Bungles, or Poonalulu, the traditional name. Didn't know what to expect. It was on the bucket list, so let's go and check it out.
The road into Poonalulu is only 53 kilometres. We'd read that it takes 3 hours, but I don't know what they're talking about. They definitely had a grader through there. Maybe the tourism has upped a bit out here lately, so they've had to upgrade the road for all them big tourist buses. I don't know, but it's definitely not a four-wheel drive only track now. You can drive that in a Toyota Starlet. I still can't say it. Poonalulu. We jigged Gleno up for a bushwalk. We're going into a chasm. It was only 2K's return, I think, but he thought it was a good idea to pack some snacks.
2K walk. I drive.
You ready to go, Gleno?
Let's get some snacks,
Ready
mate.
to go, mate?
Snacks, a whole box of cheezels.
Throwing in some snacks, mate.
You know, it's a 2K round trip.
I know.
1 kilometre each way, that's 1,000 metres.
You want to get another bag?
You don't need that. You don't need that.
There was Wheat Bix going in, oats.
You guys, we're going to be gone for ages.
What's this for?
It's a K in and a K out.
That's
Plan on
That's
hurting
only
yourself.
15 minutes in, 15 minutes out. We're going to spare there for about an hour. You won't need all this tucker.
snacks.
That's not snacks. That's a whole three-course
that?
meal.
Well, we're going, like, far out. We've got to be safe. Sat phone.
So Ernie and I were just pulling it all out and throwing it back in his car.
Look, tell you what.
I'm staying here, man.
Water.
Let's go.
Let's go. You want to lock this up first? Don't you dare bring any extra.
Come on.
Yeah, won't be a sec. Just putting in my first aid kit, that's all. You guys got a billy? Are we there yet?
We only just left the car park,
Mate,
mate.
the car park's 10 metres away.
You want a snack?
2K return. That's 1,000 metres each way, mate. Come on, you can do it.
Mate,
Want some water?
I'll put my boots on, take my thongs off. I'm hoping it's not going to be climbing up boulders and over mountains. I hope it's a nice straight track. This body doesn't handle angles too well. Mate, we've got to be close now. Who wants to piggyback me?
Mate, we got a long way to go yet.
Pretty cool.
Guess what? We're here! You made it.
Beautiful.
A whole 200 metres.
I didn't
Yep.
mind that, that was all right.
Yeah? See that chasm down there?
We're parked over there, though. I can see the car.
Only just there, yeah.
We can see
We're
the cars from
going
here.
in there.
This is not it.
This is not it. This is to give you a look where we're going.
You better make a snack.
Walking over rocks is not my thing. I've busted my foot out before doing things like that. But I brought walking shoes and walking boots. Now I was hoping it wasn't going to be climbing up boulders and things like that.
How you doing there, Gleno?
Well, it's going good.
Oh, good.
You don't need to turn around yet or have a sit down.
Wouldn't mind some cheeses.
Jesus. Didn't you eat a whole box yesterday?
I did.
Pop in here, guys. I'll show you a little bowerbird.
Bowerbird.
This is a bower, male bower's nest, bowerbird's nest.
It's pretty intricate.
Yeah, pretty intricate. He gets like the branches and sort of curves them in, and he decorates the outsides with the whatever stones he can find in the area to impress the female.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're all the same colour, aren't they?
Yeah.
You could see actually where he was getting it from, because most of the rocks in the area were of a red colour, and he had this little hidey hole where he was collecting all these rocks up into one spot where they were all that colour.
So she'll come over here and have a look at all the hard work that he's done, and if she likes it, she'll stick around and have a little dance together.
We better leave him alone. He's probably got a rock in his mouth somewhere. He needs to come and pop here.
In more ways than one, this is where he gets his rocks off.
It's good.
Leave him to it.
He hasn't got a lady in there yet.
I might go and build myself a nest.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I like it. It's sort of.
like the walls are coming in on you.
Hey, mate, come on a sec. You reckon he'll fit in a little over here?
When I got into that chasm, it was unbelievable. Ernie was saying stuff about there's a perfect time to be there with the light. It's like, what difference would it make? But it was the way that the light came into the chasm and hit certain surfaces, and it was almost like it was polarised.
For millions of years, water has rushed through these mountains and over time created a chasm in the rocks. It's truly a special place. As you walk through it, it's almost like the walls are whispering to you.
Further we went, the narrower it got. I thought Gleno was going to get wedged at one point. He might have had to turn sideways a couple of times. Actually, that wouldn't work. He's probably wider sideways than he is. Yeah.
It's a bit difficult looking up and looking where your feet are going to tread. Awesome place to be. Great feeling inside yourself. And so much around you. I mean, bowerbirds, ferns, the ancient aspects. Bit of mountain goat material, boys.
It appears we've come to the end, gentlemen.
I don't think so. It's still going. We've got a bit of climbing, mate.
Oh, maybe just for a photo or something like that, a selfie.
There's a pub at the other end.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to fit through here. When the walls got narrow, I was worried whether I'd be able to get through or not. But, you know, I'll squeeze this man-sized body through there. Look at this, guys.
Looks different again on the way out.
It doesn't matter where you look, these walls just go up, I don't know, 100 feet or more.
The light, it was like a scene in a museum that you go to. It's surreal, very pretty. It was natural, mind-blowing stuff. Honolulu, or Bungle Bungles as most people know it as, has always been on my bucket list. So excited to get in there and check it out.
Seeing the Bungle Bungles for the first time was unreal. You knew you were getting close, and they just appear. You just come over a hill and then there they are. Wow.
The walk was over. Just done a couple of kilometres return from Echidna Chasm, and we did another one. Can't believe it's 2 walks in one day business, guys.
I got to walk me dingo.
In all honesty, I forgot about the walk because the first one was so pretty. I wanted to see the next one. What was in there, you know? Obviously, there's a reason why there's a path going in there.
Oh, a bit of wind at the back, that'll push us through faster. That's a bungle, and when together, they're a bungle bungle.
It was awesome seeing those domes up close and far away, all different colours, lines of different types of rock.
Wow, have a look at the colours in these rocks. Well, the bungles, I should say. The bungles of bungles.
They're really called bungles. I don't know where the term bungles came from, but Local TOs, traditional owners, Gidya mob, they call it Pernalulu. Pernalulu means sandstone.
Yeah.
And a lot of this rock underneath is just all sandstone.
Is it just different types of sandstone? Is that why the colours are different?
No, colours are different. The black on there is, plant lichen.
Yes.
Lichen. And the orange is a silicon. And it just through those layers of wind coming up from the Tanami through the caves and cut it all down and left it orange and black with the lichen.
Yeah, look, the size of those domes and those the different layers and the different colours, and to learn about how those colours got there, it's one of those moments where I think back to when it was formed, how it was formed.
It's good acoustics in here.
No, I know.
There's a bit happening in here, isn't there?
Yeah. It's one of those, with the water coming down from the top, created this little pool. And
It's washed it out over millions of years.
All this rust in the rock.
Rust.
But it's really
Looks like it.
funny because of the levels and the layers of the rocks outside and the softness and hardness. It's even in here with all this stalactites and...
Almost looks like the termites have been eating rock.
It does.
It does.
So it's like its own little ecosystem too. You've got frogs, water,
Snake
skins.
skins,
Snake
spiders.
skin, yeah.
You can actually see where the water's come flying down there to be like a
Massive waterfall.
big waterfall from both sides.
It's just a little tiny working ecosystem in that little area.
Hey guys, how spectacular was that? It just blew me away.
Yeah, mate, my first time into the Bungle Bungles, and I was very impressed.
And Kenno, can you say Honolulu yet?
Honolulu.
Well done, Kenno. Honolulu.
I got it. Honolulu.
We got back to Warman, surface station there, fueling up, because you never know when the next place is that you can fuel up. We're at Warman, W-A-R-M-U-N. Stayed here the night, so we had a good feed, good accommodation, fueled up, airing up, ready for the next part of the journey. If you leave your tyre pressures down on the road, they're going to wear out quicker, they're going to heat up. You can do damage to the wall of the tyre, spend the 10, 15 minutes, whatever it takes.
Hi, Kenno.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Putting air in tyres.
That's a good thing. Tyres go really good with air, I think.
Yeah, without, they're not real good.
If you're doing things right, it's not only looking after your vehicle, but it's looking after the vehicle so you can finish your trip. The last thing you want to do is worry about, is my vehicle going to make it?
Preventative maintenance is better than a remedy.
Rock and roll, boys. How we doing?
Fighting fit and ready to take on the world, mate.
Yes, mate, I'm good. I had a good feed last night and this morning, so I'm feeling good.
Turning left here, boys.
Roger. Turning left towards El Questro.
I hear there's lots of green grass at this El Questro.
Have you been there before?
Mate, no, I haven't. I think Kenno has.
Yeah, I've been there before. There's a few good tracks and stuff. I think it's a pretty big joint. We're going to be able to do a bit of exploring, I think.
Yeah, nice. What sort of tracks? Is there any sort of highlights to the place?
There's a few little water crossings. There's actually a water crossing just to get into the station itself, which is a nice little spot.
No, we're heading out to El Questro. Never been there. A couple of four-wheel drive tracks and great places for sunrise and sunsets. This is my type of joint.
As long as there's no mud, he'll be happy. He hates mud.
Hate mud, love green grass, love fresh water.
All right, let's push the speed limit up to the limit.
Giddy up, boys. Let's go.
I'd been to El Questro before, but it was a whirlwind tour. This time we had a lot more time to look around, so I was really looking forward to getting to those little remote places that I didn't get to go to last time and checking them out. And worth it, definitely. Being at the back of the convoy is not that big of a deal. It's safer, if anything, when you're towing, because you get all the calls from the front when you have oncoming or a dip. You just need a good radio so you can hang back out of the dust. You don't want to be sitting up in the dust just so you can get radio reception. So a good radio and a good crew. If everyone relays the calls back through, then you won't have any issues. You just got to maintain that gap.
Mate, you're gonna love this little crossing here. This is one of the last bit of rivers before you get into Questro.
Is this the Pentecost, mate?
I'm not sure, I think so. The Pentecost comes around the other side. Might get the young fella to chuck a line out here. There's some good fish in here.
I believe it is the Pentecost, and yes, it's a beautiful waterway.
You're wasting time, mate, getting Kenno to throw a line in.
I might get the board out and ride your bow wave, Gleno.
If you can't fish it, you might as well surf it.
Love water. Love fresh water.
Washing the dust off. We were staying in our Questro for a couple of nights, so I decided to unhook the van and leave it in camp and then just go off and do the tracks with the boys.
Guys, this is Saddleback Ridge track, and I'm just pulling up here. We've come to a creek crossing, so yeah, I'm going to lock my hubs in for this one, fellas.
I put my car in low range for the first time to the extreme, and that was at Questro. I would not take my car on Saddleback Ridge. I'd say, yeah, nice hill, but we'll go up with the camp vehicle or some bashed up old thing to get up there.
Looks like it gets pretty steep up here, guys. I will radio back and let you know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've put it into low range. Gets a bit steep.
Somehow he just drove around behind us, Ernie.
Yeah, I reckon he's just sitting on the other side then got the escalator up.
Oh, here we go. Bit bumpy in sections. Oh, you guys are going to love this. Look at that view. Are we? You will, mate. It's not too bad, Ernie. It's just slow going. The view is amazing.
What about his poor little town car?
Mate, it's a Toyota Land Cruiser. It'll lead it up.
The big fella's voice tone was, yeah, it's all right, mate. No problems.
I'd bring my town car up here, mate.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's a little bit rock and rolly. Yeah, Ernie, mate, I reckon like second gear, low range is probably a good speed. Don't need to go too fast. There's plenty of traction. But just that, keeping that continuous forward momentum. You'll be laughing without stabbing that accelerator too hard. Just nice and easy. Plenty of traction.
Okay, I'll try. If Gleno says that it'll do it, I'm not going to doubt him.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's not hard, but it's a good hill and fantastic views.
Well, I'm going to finish my licorice stick off first, and then I'll be up in a minute. Okay, I'm still eating.
Well, I'm up, fellas. So, enjoy.
Okay, coming up, mate. Oh, looks good so far. Pick a side. I'll stay to the left and go through the middle halfway up this one, dodging the bumps. Woo-hoo!
Really good to hear the excitement in his voice coming up. He was radioing through to us.
Sounds like he's enjoying himself.
Oh, no, it's all right so far. Found a nice little stony area. It's the sandy ones I'm not too sure of.
I can hear the 100 series chugging away, mate. Sounds good. 100 series Land Cruiser, you know, it's a great starting point. Got good tyres on there. The gearing is fantastic.
Got it right down on low range and enjoying it.
There he comes, I can see his aerial.
Ernie hadn't done so much of that stuff before, but he took to it like a duck to water.
Coming up, mate, coming up.
Here he comes. Go to the mighty 100. How was that, mate?
That was pretty good, mate. I'm waiting for the hill now. It was an awesome feeling doing it. And you're just having this fun in the car.
Put the car in low range.
Please repeat.
Put the car in low range.
Please repeat.
Okay, well, I've pressed a lot of buttons. I've got the ascent control on, and this thing's driving itself up the hill. Not very fast, is it?
Yeah, turn it off, mate. Use the right foot.
Foot on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, the right foot's better ascent control than the stupid bloody doohickey doodad thingy.
Yeah, it's a good name for it, mate. How far up are you, mate?
I've never been up here before, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm just coming around a left-hander with some sort of jaggedy-looking rocks and stuff.
Have a look each side of you, mate. Have a look at the view.
It's pretty specky, isn't it?
There he comes. Not a rally track, mate.
Done. Tick. Saddleback Ridge track was a good track. It was a lot of uphill and just kept going and going and going.
All right, mate, last leg of it, up you go.
Yeah, from all reports, mate, this is a bit steeper than that first section.
Oh, really?
I'll give you a report, mate.
Yes, please, because it's easier going down from here.
Steep, switchbacks, rocky. How's Ernie going to handle this? Oh, looks like we've got a switchback here to the right. All right, I'm just taking that corner, and I've just sort of hugged it on the right-hand side and knocked it back to first gear, low range. Take it nice and slow. No need for any harsh acceleration, just let her idle through it. I was giving Ernie a bit of a heads up as to low range, what gear to use, what the terrain was like, letting him know what side of the switchback to drive on. Ah, another switchback back to the left. I'm still in first.
You just had a switchback.
You're having a tough time up there, Gleno.
Mate, pretty tight turns.
Good thing you didn't bring the trailer then.
Yeah, no, wouldn't have got the trailer up this bit, mate. It's a lot steeper. And there's a few rocks and whatnot in those switchbacks, so just watch where you're putting your wheels. I hugged the first one to the right tight and went a bit wider on the second one.
Have you forgotten who you're talking to? I can get a caravan anywhere.
Yeah, I know that. No, this is good, mate. You're going to enjoy this one. It's not hard on the vehicle, Ernie, but it's just about picking your line. There's a few more holes, definitely, in this one.
Okie dokie, you there now?
No, I'm still climbing. He was trusting what I was saying, but you could also hear a few nerves in his voice. I am up. There's another short little pinch there, but I'll wait for you guys to catch up, eh?
Roger, it sounds like you're up, Ernie.
I know my windshield's not going up. I can't do it. Woohoo! Here I go.
I think he's starting to enjoy this.
Yeah, there's a mud flap. Somebody's mud flap fell off there already.
Hope it's not mine.
He was giving me hints and tips.
Oh yeah, those rocks on when you get that first right-hand turn up the little follow, those rocks there are pretty shifty. There's a big hole on the left-hand switchback too, so go out wide as you can.
This is his baby, don't forget. It'd be terrible for him to take the wrong line, using the wrong gearing, and do some damage to that car. We would not hear the end of it.
And then there's a dirty, great big lumps of it here, so you're gonna have to. You can see where you need to go, but the rock's pretty hard under here, mate.
Hey, he's taking to this like a duck to water, Kenno. He's giving you advice. How good's that?
All right, I'm up here next to the big fella.
I can hear the excitement. That's unreal.
Voice command, please.
Low range.
Please repeat.
Low range.
Please repeat.
Low range.
Please repeat.
Are you even a four-wheel drive?
Please repeat.
Approaching the first switchback, I think. Looks a bit bumpy. Hang on, Wolfie. Still going all right. Still climbing, but I'm getting used to this car. I miss my Hilux, but I am getting used to this thing. No, it was good. Great track and excellent lookout once you got to the top. It sort of showed you how big that property actually is. Massive expanses of land. Wow, it's worth the drive, wasn't it, boys?
Don't know about you fellas, but the Kimberley, what it means to me, it's the most picturesque place in this country, I believe.
You can see a lot of it from here. Can't see it all though, it's a massive place.
The thing about it is the times of the year. I mean, this has got that dusty, greeny look to it. Once the rain comes and changes the luster and there's water in the creeks and it's just vibrant. And on top of that, climbing that hill to get up here and have, this is the destination.
We thought climbing up here,
Yeah.
it was good views left and right, but
Yeah.
once you actually get to the top, wow, you can see why people come up here. I think everyone in their lifetime should come and see this before they even go and visit another country. You like potatoes, don't you?
Mate, I like potatoes, but
What about sweet potato?
where's me meat?
Onion?
Meat.
Oh, look, I've got to fess up. I forgot to get the meat out of the freezer earlier, so I've defrosted it in the sink over on the van.
Well, that's right, there's meat.
Oh yeah, pork roast, camp oven.
Mate, it's quite amazing. Kenno can't fish, but he can cook.
Hey Ernie, if you're
Yeah,
close
what?
to the van, mate, can you bring
hang on a
those
sec.
pork roasts over?
Sorry, so what'd you say?
If you're anywhere near the van, can you grab the pork roasts? Well, you're not now because you're here. Can you grab the pork roasts out of the sink, please, to the defrosting?
He
Okay.
froze them.
How do you like your potatoes, medium rare? There's 2 over there.
Oh, 2, okay.
Oh, God. He doesn't listen, he just runs. I'll tell you what, Gleno, what I was thinking is oh, thank you. Whack these in the bag.
You got enough potato?
Yeah, well, there's 3 of us, so
I am Irish,
salt, cayenne pepper, bit of heat. Oh, jeepers, it's a bit full on. Yep, that one,
You
garlic.
want that one?
Oh, no, that's not the right colour.
Leave it there.
God.
Okay, take it away. Ernie's not a bad runner. I think he's got hearing issues though. You send him off to get something, he'd come back with half of it or none of it.
Oh, well, while the lid's off. Garlic salt.
Yeah, that's good. Rice bran oil.
Yeah,
What
that'll
colour
do.
do you...
No.
Red one.
Now you got 2 of the wrong ones.
Well, I have that one.
Oh,
So you whack that in there.
no, I'm healthy.
Now we're going to do the same with the sweet potato. I'll tell you one thing I wouldn't mind doing is putting the juice out of these bags from the pork in the bottom of the camp oven, along with a bit
Do
of
you
beer.
want with this camp oven here?
Yep.
Pour it in there, mate. Whoops.
This is what makes the crackle crackle.
Is that true?
It is true. And then you get, I like to put a bit of pepper on too. And then oil.
Well, I know I haven't tried this before.
And now I washed my hands. I washed my hands before I started this cooking segment.
Before you start, how far before? 2 days before?
Yeah, well, I just rubbed them on my shirt like that. And now you rub it all in and into all the gaps and...
That's right.
Yeah, get it in there.
So more oil, in other words.
So, to get the pork crackling going, I'm going to use the Sizzler barbecue on the caravan, just to get it started. Just so we don't have to work too hard with the camp oven. We're light on wood. So just get the skin crispy. Just saves you getting your camp oven up to 220 degrees just to get the crackling going and trying to bring it down, because it's not as easy to fluctuate the temperatures in a camp oven as it is in the oven at home. Whack him on there, and then this guy. There we go. That looks good.
Look at that, Kenno.
That looks awesome,
They
mate.
are awesome.
Been on for an
Yeah,
hour.
don't drop any of them coals on your foot.
Mate, I'm not gonna...
Softly, softly.
Oh,
Look at that.
stop it.
And that's going to get hotter.
Oh yeah, we got room. Look at that.
Because they take a little bit longer,
They go on
stick
the
them on the bottom.
Oh, stop it. Hey?
Nearly did. Smell the garlic already.
Oh, look, I am actually like a proud father at the moment. I made the gravy out of all the pork juice that had come down into the camp oven, because I had the roast up on a trivet, and it came out smick. It had a nice little bit of tang to it from the cayenne pepper. It's come up all right, I reckon, boys. Oh, I'll do some carving.
Starting to salivate.
It's like that, isn't it? Oh, mate.
It's not overcooked, it's just perfect.
I'm proud of this. And when you're proud of something that you cooked, then that's a good sign.
Bit of the old sauce in with it all. Oh, straight through, mate.
Any
The
good?
taste of this pork was absolutely amazing. The crackle turned out, all the veggies was I love everything being in the one pot, the meat and the veggies. And I like to cook it slower than harder because you can always cook a little bit more, but if you overcook it, you can't bring it back.
You know, when I first started using camp ovens, I would burn everything. But it's just over time refining how you cook things and trying to make it better each time.
Go over there and get all that crackling, mate, and bring it back in.
Sunrise at Branko's Lookout. Well, you got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, travel 20 minutes to get there, climb a hill in LowRange, in the dark, river crossings. That's pretty exciting. But getting up there, firing up the coffee machine, watching the sun come up over this like a lake or a river, seeing a croc in the water. We stayed there for a while because it was just beautiful.
Mate, look at that, eh? Isn't that awesome?
Beautiful.
Yep.
Start to another day.
Yeah. Mine started heaps earlier, actually. I thought I heard rustling around, so I jumped out of bed, grabbed all my gear and got in the car and I was ready. And I looked at my phone and it was only 3:30. So I went back to bed.
First time ever you were ready on time.
I know, I don't know what woke me up. It's like I had a dream. It was like, time to go.
Look at that sun popping now.
Ooh.
I hate getting that when it's cold, but
Right.
that's worth it, isn't it?
What a brilliant sunrise, gents.
Beautiful, mate. Absolutely gorgeous.
So what are we doing today, mate?
Oh, well, if it was up to me, I'd be wanting to go and look for a water hole or a billabong, maybe somewhere to have a swim, or a fish, maybe. If there's a swim, if there's no big snappies around, but if there is, I wouldn't mind fishing.
Well, mate, I'm not going to be swimming. There's crocs down there.
I reckon chuck the little fella in, we'll be right then after that.
We might catch something.
Yeah, use me as the bait. That sounds like a great plan.
Are you any good at catching fish?
I am the best at trying. I'm very committed and persistent.
Hang on, mate, I'm just going to go back a bit. Yeah, there's that big hole on that left-hand side there. So you reckon we'll have fish for dinner tonight?
No.
Oh, come on, Gleno. I'm pretty sure we should be able to find some nice secluded spots.
There is one called Explosion Gorge. Have you been there before, Ernie?
No, I haven't been to Explosion Gorge before. Sounds like wind.
Mate, that suits me down to a T. Kenno does a lot of wishing. That's all it is. He's got this Fandangle fishing rod holder on the front of the 200 series. 5, I think, fishing rods on there. I don't know why he even bothers. It's ridiculous.
Going boating.
We are.
Geez, there's a little motor. I don't know about the power to weight ratio, Gleno.
What if you don't catch any?
Then I'm just a man without a fish. Finally, I got to go out on the water with a rod. Don't get your boots wet, princess.
Get a bit of buoyancy back there.
Hey, what about me?
Oh, but I better go back and get him. No, he's chucking us. Look! What?
I got you, Gleno. I'll pull you back. What, there's hooks on the end of that?
Pull us in, mate.
Kenno fishing or wishing? What else is there to say?
Explosion Gorge. The boys were putting heaps on me.
How you doing?
Good, going good. It'll be steak and chips tonight, I think, lads.
Why's that?
Because the water's too cold, the barra are asleep, I think.
Mate, I got the steak out of the freezer before we came down this morning.
I flicked the lures around for a while.
That it?
There was nothing wrong with that cast. It was a good cast. There wasn't a lot going on.
Mate, you're sending a bad vibe down the line, eh?
It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by sparrows.
You know the fun thing about being out here like this and waiting for us is patience.
Oh! You guys are like having a banana in the boat. That's why we're not getting any fish. The place sort of took over. I put the rod down and just started looking around at where we actually were.
It's awesome. Beautiful. Fresh water, clear. Once again, it's just like the Kimberley. It's just alive. It's like, you gotta come and see, you gotta come and do it yourself. Hey guys, you know how I'm colourblind?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be hating this, I tell you.
Ah, look, colour corrective glasses, got them for Christmas.
Ah, so you can see all the
So you
colours.
can see all these colours now.
It is mind-blowing.
A lot of the colours are from other minerals inside it. Like that, a lot of the black on the wall is like an ancient form of bacteria, like cyanobacteria. Been around for millions of years, that stuff. It's the ones that give you the oxygen in the air. So it's pretty important in a lot of places. So
And this red stuff,
yeah.
that's actually, when this was seabeds, that's iron deposits when the layers of sandstone were being made. So that sandstone's actually rusting. That's why you see on the bottoms down here, the colours aren't as rusty, because when the floodwaters come through, it washes all the rust off.
Where'd you read that, Kenno?
Oh, I read it on a brochure.
You see it firsthand, and with all those colours, oh man, it's a mind-blowing thing.
I'm in a rock and roll dream. You know what I mean. I've got the pedal to the metal. I've got a full head of steam.
You're going to a sunrise, you're driving in the dark to get there, but you don't get that peripheral vision either side. So you're driving tracks, and we're driving over this, what it felt like forever, over this big rocky causeway. Hey fellas, we're coming up to this rocky causeway.
Oh no, it didn't see much of it because it was dark.
Correctamundo. But I've just selected low range to let it crawl over.
Low range for crawling.
Oh well, we missed out on a heap this morning coming through in the dark, eh? This is looking pretty.
I might have to stop and throw in a line.
Yeah, waste some more time. When we came back to the Rocky Gorge, it was actually the Pentecost. There was water either side, beautiful and clear.
This is like a stony bridge.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah, this is good fun. There's no sharpies in here, it's all river rocks, all rounded edges, so it's a bit bumpy.
The rocky crossing was unreal. It was almost like a dam. It went for about 500 metres, I think.
Tell you what, she's pretty bouncy across there, mate. Feel like I was in the radio at Isa.
Still on this ride, mate. It took us 7 minutes to cross this. First gear, low range. It wasn't dangerous. I'm sure if you took the wrong line, you could do some damage to your vehicle, but first gear, low range, just idling through it. Righto, this river's broken in two, so just coming up to the second bit now.
Mate, that looks absolutely awesome. I just can't believe the fact that you blokes talked me not only into coming on the show, but taking me across rivers like this and testing my poor little baby out.
Mate, we're putting your vehicle to the use that it was built for.
But I'm glad you blokes dragged me through because this is awesome.
That was my favourite part. It really was. It was just, hearing in Ernie's voice too, because he's not a low range sort of guy. Well, he is now. He's been christened.
Zebedee Springs.
Like I got my walking shoes on, eh?
Sorry, mate, but you're gonna have to go back in the car. Zebedee Springs, it was nice falling into that warm water. Bit painful. I think I got a 10 out of 10 for that entry.
28 to 32 degrees all year round.
Hey guys, what do you reckon we just stop driving for a couple of days and stay here?
Oh, Gleno, you having a shower up there, mate? Before we started this trip, I had a few reservations. We had a new guy coming onto the trip. We've got to spend a couple of weeks in each other's pockets. You're basically living together. So you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what that's going to be like. Ernie to travel with, he's such a good bloke. He loves getting out on the road, full driving. I think I can safely say that I've made a new friend in Ernie.
I have a strong spiritual connection with this island. I know what is expected of me, and if I feel a little alienated, it's only because it's a new horizon that I haven't seen before. I listen to things around me, I feel what's around me. I just go and have those moments of thank you for the day. And then I'll watch as that sun goes down, that eastern blanket, that pink and blue eastern side comes up and you go, good, it's been a good day. It's sort of like, thank you for the day. Okay, we hear you.
Just thinking about the trip we've just done, and I've got my new eyes for the season. It's going to be a whole new world to me. I've just experienced it for the first time. We've got a new family member. It's fitted in extremely well. Yeah, it's a dynamic that we've got here right now that it's very comfortable. I can't wait to show Ernie this country from a totally different perspective. One that he has never experienced before. One that he has just got a snippet of right now. And that's in LowRange.
Don't miss the next episode when we traverse the stunning Coburn Ranges. The traditional owner takes us on a journey through his country and we hit the Gibb River Road. An unforgettable trip. See you then.
Here's my eyebrows.
Bite it. That's all right. So yeah, you're recording, Ernie?
Yes, recording. Oh, sorry, yes, recording.
Okay, go for it.
Because nothing jumps out that says no. He's
Well,
not allowed.
he can't read the sign because he's a dog.
Yeah, and how's he supposed to know that he's
Not allowed here.
not allowed in there? That's it.
He doesn't understand.
Oh, where's all the water gone?
So he dropped in unexpectedly. She was crying. Mincing me words.
It's so tiny, it looks like a mini.
I'll take a photo too. Still, stay still, Kenno.
Mate, what'd your last blackfella die of?
Not doing what he's told.
I mean, I can understand. He won't bring any glass in.
No, he won't have glass.
To Wolf Creek.
I'm going to see what Kenno's doing.
You go see what Kenno's doing. I bet you it's not a lot.
Who is that? And then you like jump on him. You should be like, declare!
Yeah. 15,000 people in that area. Would have been a lot of incest.
Kenno gets out his little gadget with the little prongs on it and start poking things. Boy, yeah, that's only, that works. And it's just checking for currents. Only currents I want's in my breakfast.
Please repeat.
Low range.
Please repeat.
Has the cordial gone?
Oh, I think I squished Kermit the Frog. All that is in the back of here. Alright, well, like I said before, mate, you're in a Land Cruiser. They are
Yeah,
built
you-
for this.
No, you cruise land. Cruise, not
is
climb.
that what it
Cruise.
is? Oh.
It's a land cruiser, not a land climb.
We've been doing it wrong all this time, Kenno.
Not funny. Didn't even jump.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Coffee, please! White and one! And the marshmallow on the side, please. Do you want a bicky with that?
Yeah.
And a bicky!
They weren't calling it the Bungle Bungles, so they sort of tricked me a little bit. Carragini. No, that's a different place. Punal. Yes. Can't say it. Now listen here, Fly. You've been in here all morning. You've made me slap myself in the head twice, trying to get rid of you. Every time I open the window, you go and hide somewhere.
Well,
Well, I might get you here. I might. Oh!
There.
4, 5, 6s.
Oh, mate.
You don't get a lot of peripheral vision.
Isn't it peripheral?
Peripheral, isn't it? Peripheral?
And next stop, El Questro. The next stop, El Questro.
You sound like
What are you going up to towing?
Oh, I'm putting it at about 36.6 psi.
That's pretty precise.
Yeah, I'm a very precise kind of person.
Yeah, you got to be like that when you're towing next T17.
That's right.
You've lost it. Dead set lost it.
Here's the noise.
You're supposed to look at the noise.
If I take that sort of thing into the shopping centre, they'll just think I'm some buffhead from the bush.
Well, sort of are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, guys.
Do you need a clap?
We've been to Wolf Creek and he was scared.
I was very scared. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
They haven't.
You don't want to watch the movie, mate.
No.
Don't watch Wolf Creek.
Who is it? Declare yourself.
I don't think that's the right wording.